Is vitamin E destroyed by heat? Um, a question from a subscriber, or would I say a question or a full statement from a subscriber named Mimi Gabi, and this comment came like a month ago, and this is it. I am sorry, Asmao, you don't add vitamin E and preservatives while the emulsion is still hot, because heat will kill their characteristics. I'm a formula botanical staff. Your method is different, I must say. I'm glad you said that, Mimi Gabi. I don't know if it's a he or a she. Your method. We don't have to formulate using the same method. There's always a route or different routes to achieving one thing. It's okay for you to formulate your own way. It's okay for me to formulate in my own way. The ordinary does not formulate the same way with the Paula's choice. Paula's choice does not formulate the same way with Cetaphil. At the end of the day, they have effective products with good efficacy, right? I'm glad you made that statement. So I continue. As I told you, it's quite a long statement, and then it goes this way. Sorry, you can educate me, but I stand to be corrected, honey. Okay, thank you. Or this African way. Okay. Best systematic measurement is percentages and gram, honey. Cool down phase are for this purpose, including your calendula extract, adiphyllene, essential oil, etc. Please don't confuse issues. Glycerin can be hydrated in xanthan gum, sand emulsified in water phase to enable proper stability, honey. Go back to your bases and check. We don't measure anything in cups, spoon, etc. Its percentage is based on the batch you are making. Everything must tie up to 100%. Mimi Gabi, I like that. Of course, he said you're a botanical staff. I made the video of my base cream, giving you cups and all that. For God's sake, that was an illustration. That is not a full course. If my students are here, please comment, attest to all of these, I beg. I don't formulate when it is not at 100%. That base cream you saw, this is the percentage that generated in the cups that I illustrated with. That was an illustration. And one thing I tell a lot of people, that's why people say they learn via YouTube. I'm like, good for you, but truth of the matter is that YouTube is just a marketing or advertising, quite also an educative platform, but the main course comes in when you register for the course. I'm an educator, and I throw out this content for you to find the need to educate yourself. You said it yourself. I should go back to the basic. Meanwhile, this video is even going to be done in two category or so, because you also raised other issues. Now, this was the percentage that generated in what you saw. I didn't state it there, doesn't mean I didn't have percentages. Now my ewax came in at 7%. My stearic acid was at 4%, cetyl alcohol was at 2%, coconut oil was at 10%, glycerin at 10%, vitamin E at 0.5%, water was at 63.5%, preservative was at 1.5%. I have other ingredients that were optional, and one of such ingredients was the xanthan gum. Is optional. What does the xanthan gum really do, Mimi? If we could talk one-on-one, I can drop my WhatsApp number in the description area so we could talk, because at the end of the day we learn every day. I remember a lady reaching out to me, very nice lady, Dami Fair Naturals on Instagram. She reached out to me when I was talking about adding stearic acid inside my base cream. She was surprised and she was like, why don't I build rheology? I told her for cream purposes I prefer to build viscosity over rheology. Yes, let me give you a quick example. Now this is an azelaic acid cream, lotion. Can you see how it is, how it's coming? Is a lotion, so it has a running feel. Now when I'm building a lotion, I prefer to work with rheology, and that is where I bring in xanthan. To start with, Mimi, what does xanthan really do in your formula? It just adds sleep and kind of a silkiness, but with or without xanthan, your cream is still a good cream that will help against transepidermal water loss by at least 20 to 30%. I wish we could actually talk one-on-one as professionals, because I believe we can learn from each other. You started declaring that I could teach you, and we could learn from each other. It's not an African thing to start with. This is a general thing. Yeah, you said it clearly that preservatives should be added at the cool down phase. Vitamin E should be. Now, the type of preservatives matter. I have a video where I spoke about preservative, and I'm going to drop it in the description area. My preservative of choice was the Jamal Plus, and I'm based in Africa. I'm glad you even stated it clearly that you think it is an African thing. In Africa, your water can be as low as 40 degrees Celsius, but it will have this steamy effect that makes it look like it's hot. Why? Because our weather is hot. I'm glad you stated clearly that I'm in Africa. So when you realize I'm in Africa, you should know that there is difference in weather. I don't know where you're based, Mimi Gabi, and this is it. Please do your research. Thank God you said we should all, or you said I should go back to my basics. You should also go back to your basics, because when it comes to anything in life, there's always upgrade, there's always new research, and that's why I don't like to argue with people. Before I even came on this to shoot this video, I did extra research, and this is it. Is vitamin E destroyed by heat? And this is what I found on Google. Go ahead, it's not a hidden platform. Go ahead and check. Vitamin E is a stable substance that is not easily destroyed by cooking or freezing, but the repeated heating reduces the antioxidant property of the oil. I wasn't heating the vitamin E over and over again. I've seen a formula where vitamin E was even added on the fire. The formula was on heat, on a heat cooker, and vitamin E was added, and it didn't kill the antioxidant property of vitamin E, even tocopherol, because what I used was actually the pure vitamin E, like not the derivative, because tocopherol or tocopherol acetate are all derivatives of vitamin E, but I used the unrefined vitamin E. Meanwhile, it has a pungent smell, but that was what I used. Now, but the repeated heating, as I said, I wasn't heating that thing over and over again. After adding that, and don't forget that vitamin E is not even soluble in water, but at least it goes a long way in a formulation that is slightly, would I use the word hot? Yes, let me use the word hot or warm, and then in an emulsion, obviously. A temperature of 100 degrees Celsius. You and I know very well that boiling point of water is 100 degrees Celsius, and that formula was not up to 100 degrees Celsius. A temperature of 100 degrees Celsius to 140 and even 180 degrees Celsius will degenerate tocopherols and vitamin E in general. Vitamin E, the destruction of vitamin E is strictly dependent on temperature. Like 100, 140, 180 degrees Celsius is even on tocopherol. The vitamin E itself will degenerate only when you heat it for 24 hours at 120 degrees Celsius. Do I need to talk more? Do I need to break more out, Mimi Gabi? I hope you get to watch this video, because I am doing this video because of you. Because there are certain things that are passed out there, and you make the other person feel like they don't know what they are doing. But the truth is that there are different routes to London Bridge. You might come through the south, I might come through the east, some other person might come through the west, someone might come through the south, but we'll end up on one destination. So, Mimi Gabi, if you want to talk to me one-on-one, I don't mind. Learning never ends. Yes, learning, because you went further and spoke about essential oils. If you go to my playlist of my DIYs, you will get to know more about how I formulate. I know fully well that xanthan is properly hydrated in glycerin. Of course, I make serums, and I make serums with xanthan base. So that is a story for another day, okay? And the part 2 of this video will be coming up, where I'll talk about rheology and viscosity of cream base. Meanwhile, before I leave, I'm going to show you a cream Now, what I first showed you was a lotion, and I'm going to show you a cream for you to understand. Okay, this is also a lotion. This is a vitamin A lotion. You can see how it's sliding through. Can you see? Now let me show you a cream. In fact, you need to know that a cream is usually thicker than a lotion. So therefore, when I'm making a cream, I am focusing on building viscosity that would not be affected by temperature. Meanwhile, this is a lotion. You can see I'm even taking it out of the container by force. By force. Can you see how static it is? Unlike this, you see this has even run to this point already. See, this is a lotion and this is a cream. Can you see the whole difference? I build rheology here and I build viscosity here. If you ask what xanthan gum does, I'm not discrediting xanthan gum, but basically xanthan gum works more as it helps in moisturizing and all that, and adding shine and sleep, as I said earlier. But to me, when I'm making a cream, I don't waste my xanthan gum. I just focus on building my viscosity. I use it as an optional ingredient, not a compulsory ingredient. Yes, when you talk of essential oils, I don't even formulate with essential oils except when everything is fully cold. I formulate with essential oils, don't get me wrong, but except when it's fully cold. Meanwhile, see you in another video. Thank you so much for seeing this face for the first time. My name is Asma Zakari. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, like my video, drop your comments in the comment section. I love challenging questions like this. Engagement like this makes me feel that my video is making waves, is going places. So thank you so much, and see you in the part 2, where I'll talk about rheology and viscosity of creams and lotions. Thank you and bye.